I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. I love this song. You can play it all the time, but it never gets old. You played it the first time I can't believe that was so long ago. Do you remember the first time we met? You were wearing those tattered blue jeans, and you had that newly pressed white button down. You looked so put together in those shiny black loafers and your silver Rolex. You ordered the Cafe au lait, and I knew it was love. Of all the drinks you could have ordered, you chose my favorite. Well, I guess it wasn't my favorite. But after you ordered it, I decided I want the same thing. I never had a more perfect coffee in my life. I was hooked. You don't realize what you do to me. Did you ever think that we'd be in love? It was a whirlwind. By our second date, I was all in. When we met at the park in March, I realized what you were. You were an addiction. We were standing at the pond watching those ducks float by gracefully on the water. You lifted your gaze and I caught your eyes, and that look, it was hypnotizing. Now I had to know what you were thinking. You seemed so burdened, and all I wanted to do was take some of that worry away from you. I committed myself to you right there and then. It was like I didn't have a choice. I knew immediately that I would never be happy again unless you were 100% content. Lips as sweet as candy, its taste on my mind. Our first kiss. Was there ever a more magical moment in our lives? I remember waiting for you at Gino's. I kept popping mints every 3 seconds. And I think I kept on checking my makeup 12 times before you got there. Everything needed to be perfect. I needed you to be mine, wholeheartedly. I needed all of you, forever. And you walked in. It was like a scene from a movie. I couldn't take my eyes off of you. But then you came over, and you looked at me like I was the only person in the room. You didn't need to say hello. You just strutted over in all your glory, smiled, and studied me as I did you. After a few precious moments, you asked if you wanted to meet me outside. You said you couldn't wait any longer. You said I needed to come with you immediately. I never felt as wonderful as I did then. To be truly needed, to be wanted. Absolutely. Like a puppy, I obliged. You got into your car and you turned to me. You leaned in. I braced. You touched my cheek. I touched your chest. You felt my neck. My heart raced. You kissed me. You kissed me. You put your lips on mine. I couldn't believe it. You brought your other hand on my neck, and I swear I couldn't breathe. I looked at you shocked. Was this really happening? Could it be? The man I longed for finally wanted me so much. I could feel myself slipping. I must have been overexcited. I woke up in your basement. I had fainted. I was so embarrassed. You were so good to bring me back to your place, to look over me. You even bound my hands and feet so I wouldn't hurt myself. No wonder I was so in love. I'll just stay a victim if I can for sure. The first time I was so scared. I'd never done anything like it before. And I was so worried what people would think. If my friends or family found out, They wouldn't understand. They'd take me away from you. They'd call you a monster. Or they'd tell me I hardly knew you, and that you couldn't be trusted, that you were dangerous. I knew better. I knew what you were doing was just proving how much you needed me. Then you put on our song. God, I love this song. When you broke my legs the first time, you told me it's because you never needed me to leave. I told you I wouldn't. I couldn't do that to you ever. But you said you needed to be sure. So I said, okay. It hurts. It was some of the worst pain I ever felt. But I knew it was nothing compared to what I would go through if you ever left me. That's all I think about when we... you know. It doesn't matter if you use the branding iron, the knives, the pliers, and the needle and thread. It never mattered. I always tell myself, this pain will pass, but you'll never recover if you lose him. And it's so true. I don't know what I'd do if I lost you. You're my everything. I can't move on my own anymore. But you carry me around. You took my hands so I can't feed myself, or write, or do much of anything. But I don't need them. You're always there to feed me, comfort me, help me. What could I do without you? I'm believing that you're in love with me. I'm so lucky to have you. I'm so lucky to be loved by you. You're always providing for me. You've always explained everything to me. I was so silly to think that I need that job or friends. All those things were so superfluous. I don't need my family. They wouldn't understand. I don't need my arms or legs. You just want me to relax. You're so good to me. And I'm here for you. I'm yours to love. When we have sex, I know you love me. I always pass out from the pressure and the pain, but I know you love me. When I wake up, I always have a new tattoo. They're all so beautiful. The heart you carved on my thigh, the star you carved on my stomach. Gorgeous. It's gotten a little infected, and it's weeping with pus. I do my best to keep it off the concrete floor. I know you want me. Why else would you go through so much trouble to make my body yours? It hurts. It always hurts. All I have to do to calm that pain is see that face of yours. All I have to do is think of Gino's. All I have to do is think of that day in the park. All I have to do is think of those tattered jeans and newly pressed white shirt and the cafe au lait. I'm addicted. I'm hooked on a feeling.